Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Mad Capper and this is another video of Raid Shadow Legends. Full disclosure, I uploaded this entire video to the interwebs and then realized that there was a problem with my mic on the very bottom where it connects. It's a little loose and it had actually come loose right as I was hitting record. I had tested it prior and I, like an idiot, didn't check the video afterwards, because that to me is too easy. So I'm gonna record over this because it was a fun little event. I did pull an Astralon. Probably not God tier, wasn't what I was looking for, but honestly I'm really excited. A couple Lutheas, already have a 6-star Luthea, so I'm probably gonna at least use one as a book, or maybe I'll use two as a book, who knows. I was trying her as an alternative to poison, just to give people an idea of what kind of poison damage she can do. I'm actually trying to go through a series of nightmare runs with different poisoners and different attack heroes to see what I can do, and she definitely fits the bill, so there'll be a video on that soon. But I got a Durang, he is a dupe, but not very good. I got a Seeker dupe. Very good in the arena. I haven't had a chance to build mine completely up, and with Torment and Speed kind of coming out of the meta, at least some of the way, it hasn't been something I've been using. A couple Deathless, not something I've been using. Terror Beast and Zealota, also duplicates that are in my vault right now. Not that there's anything wrong. Zealota actually is a useful champion, just not one that I've had need for right now or I've had an opportunity to build up. So listen, I wanted to go over Oathbound because I think I'm gonna build Oathbound for Faction Wars. I have 3 really good Faction War champions for the Banner Lords, and sneak preview, I do get a 5th one in by the end of this video, but this might fill in that number 4 gap. Horden is very, very underwhelming in Faction Wars, so here's a defense champion who has a 20% chance of placing a freeze. Now, not a great freeze chance, but hey, anytime you get a defense champion, they're going to last longer in Faction Wars, and that freeze, if I can freeze one champion, that just gives me the opportunity to go forward. This would honestly be a decent champion in some comps for Arena if it wasn't for the fact that damage is based on attack and defense. That is very specific. The other thing here is there's a 60% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack when ascended, and each hit has a 30% chance of decreasing the turn meter by 30%. Damage inflicted is proportional to defense. This is actually a decent thing. It does attack one enemy 3 times, so this is a possible arena. Definitely decent in Faction Wars. It is going to be a single enemy target, but at least you have 3 opportunities to hit. It really depends on what kind of damage multiplier is on this ability. If it's a good damage multiplier, I think I'm going to be really happy with Oathbound in Faction Wars. I'm going to build him up at some point. He's 3rd on my list right now to build, so it'll be kind of exciting to give him a try. The last one here, of course, attacks 4 times at random with a 30% chance of blocking his block cooldown skills, debuff for 2 turns. That's going to stop the enemy from hitting me with those block cooldown skills that are absolutely debilitating in those higher levels of Faction Wars. So again, a generally useful kit. I'm a little bit concerned about the attack modifier on one, and just they're all single attack with kind of lower chance to hit, but I am still excited to use them. Definitely got to be better than Horden for the clan boss. Now, Astralon is someone that, granted, not top tier, probably that middle tier, but has a really interesting kit that I'm going to probably try using. First of all, it has an ally speed of 28% in the arena, so if I didn't have Lord Shazar, if I didn't have Arbiter, definitely Astralon would have been an amazing pull. A little less so because I do have Shazar, I do have Arbiter, but there are chances where I might still be able to use Astralon in certain cases, and at least there's a speed lead, a place for me to fit her in. The other thing here, it has a fills turn meter of a random ally by 15%. It is complete RNG, and that is really difficult to build based on filling the turn meter of a random ally, although that does just happen. And that happens every turn, so that is good that there's no resist chance because it's a buff, and there's no chance of that not happening. It's 100%, just does happen. And if it's a critical, which of course you're going to build 100% crit, then it goes for an additional 15% for the whole team. So if I'm not facing Torment, actually a really good ability in the arena and something that can be used. The other thing is we have, I go back to talk about it a little bit more. Heart Rot here. If we go over there, is a bomb, and Ascended, it's a 1-turn bomb based on attack, so maybe a little bit good with Shazar, right? Shazar places his bombs first, anyone who gets resisted, or maybe only one bomb, or maybe you got a champion with a ton of HP that you just want to make sure goes down, here's an opportunity for me to drop down Astralith right afterwards. Boom, she hits 2 bombs. They're going to detonate after 1 turn as well. So suddenly you've got up to 4 bombs on one champion that you can absolutely devastate. And if you don't want to leave it to chance, I happen to have a 6-star Phoenix that I might level up. Part of the synergy again, he can drop his A2 down with when he's paired with Talia. And then, so that's your 4-person team. Talia is going to drop also a weaken. She can also drop bombs. And then, boom, you reduce it. The Phoenix goes last, makes them all go before they even take a turn. Because who knows what happens when they get a turn, what kind of turn meter, certain mumbo jumbo wombo they got. But that gives me a chance to make sure everyone dies even before they take a turn. I'm interested to see if that'll work in the arena. So definitely Astralith. I am going to build her. She's number 2 on my build list. And by the end of this video, you'll find out who my number 1 on the build list is. It's something I had talked myself into in the middle of leveling after I actually made the original video here. Let's talk about her judgment here. So changes the remaining HP levels of the target enemy that attacks with the default skill cannot be used on a boss. This is amazing. So say you don't go first. Say she gets injured, she gets taken down to 80% of her life down. She can absolutely, first of all, it reduces the skill turn by 20%, or sorry, by 3 turns if she drops below that 20% threshold. And say she's at almost dead, the opponent's at is full alive, boom, easy swap. Suddenly she's got all the health. Man, that seems like a good Lilith ability. The only problem here is getting that judgment to work where Astralith is alive, but not too alive. I mean, that's a very specific thing, but as things go on over multiple rounds, like I said before, if I can synergize those bomb drops, and then the second round, hey, look, there's still someone that died, knocked me down, but I'm almost alive. Or maybe I get a res, maybe I have Molly in there as my 4th, and she reses, or Arbiter to res, and she's back alive, but she doesn't have full health. She has an opportunity to take someone with full health and swap HP. So it is a very interesting mechanic. It's something that's probably going to be fun, but it's something that's going to be very you're going to have to build her with attack, obviously, for her damage, but to use this ability, you're probably going to have to give her lots of HP and defense, just so she can survive that first round of the opponent hitting. Where I see this really good is in Faction Wars. I think this is going to be an absolute game changer for me. Right now I'm using 2 Cold Hearts, and Dark Elves is one of my best. I think it's actually my second, or maybe even my best, as far as furthest along most stars in Faction Wars. So I swap out one of those Cold Hearts for this here. She gets hit up, then boom, all of a sudden she's full health, and we're taking care of someone that's getting in the way. So let's take a look. So with my initial pulls, I had gotten to here. I was at 3850, so I needed 1250 to get that 5,000 books. I was not going to catch 7. But I was excited to at least get my shards open and get that 5,000. That's not a lot for me to jump, so I did have a few more shards. I pulled an 11 pack with gems, and I used that to then try to get to that 5,000 mark. And I also had 4 void shards, so I thought, geez, between the 2 of them, I might make it close. I might be able to get that legendary tome. I really wanted that legendary tome. Being that close to it, it's well worth doing. So let's take a look here. We're gonna go in there. As you can see, I got the 11 shards ready to go. I also got those 4 void shards in reserve. So we just want to pull one at a time. Now, I didn't even pay attention. I do have to make some food space here. I wasn't paying attention to what I had done and what I had available. First, good thing I stopped and paused, because frankly, these first 2 pulls were not very heartwarming. Corche and you know, not someone I was going to use. So let's just pull out of there. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. A little food crunch in here. Actually, I think, yeah, I had room in my vault. But here's the thing: here's what I thought is, wow, look at this. These are all the ones that I pulled. These are what's left of what I pulled, and boom, I put them in the vault. There was 13 space left, 150 perfect space, and now I have perfect room to pull the remaining shards I have. How is that not fate? It seems like I'm going to pull a legendary, isn't it? It seems like it is fate for me to pull a legendary. Oh, this is exciting. It's exciting watching it a second time, knowing that. Look at that. Fate is pulling. I got 13 left. I got room for 13 more. My whole thing. I didn't have to crunch anything down. Pulling them one at a time. Let's see what happens. This is just a warm up. I need some food. I got some food. That's good. I don't save non-void rares, so I made the mistake of eating my original Void Rares, and that cost me a lot of silver and a lot of energy to try to get Torment. I got Torment, obviously, but it cost me more than I should have because I had everyone I needed at one time. So, I learned my lesson. But with non-Void Rares, they're a dime a dozen. They're food to me. So this is all food. There's an epic. Way we go. It is Grimskin. Now, I will not shit on Grimskin. He does have some limited usability. I have used him on a free-to-play account in Spider, especially those early levels getting up. He does have a lot of turn meter manipulation, if I recall. So not the worst pull, but definitely not a pull to write home about. But in this epic here, let me tell you, don't sleep on Excruciator. She has some use in very specific comps with specific synergies. I love her. I have one already built in 6-star, and I use her. If you've ever watched any of my videos on the arena, definitely go on. By the way, sorry about all this bright lights there. I just I'm doing this during the day. I can't black out. That's why typically I don't turn my video on. Anyway, yeah, so a little bit anticlimactic at the end there. Grandmaster nothing. So we got to go to the Void Shards. We want that Lego tome. We're so close we can taste it. Look at us. We're at 4440. We need 660, 560. Right, so epic. So if I get 1, 350, 450, 5, not enough. 500 points to get that Lego tome. I need 2. I need to pull. I think I need 2 epics in order. So, this is not a good time. It's not double, but boom, an epic. And yes, it is Rowan. I absolutely love Rowan. I think she is very undervalued. I think she has an amazing kit that is an amazing opportunity of use here. Also, in my Bannerlords, I was talking about needing 2 for my Bannerlords. Here's my second one. Yeah, there's a heal reduction. Not a huge deal. Good for the Spirit keep, which she's running in right now on my live moment. And I actually got 2 superior potions over there. Based on attack, and she has this right here. Attacks an enemy 4 times as if each one has a 50% chance of putting down that poison. So, say you don't have one of the top tier poisoners, here is an opportunity on someone who can do some relatively good damage and has poison on her A3 on a 4-turn cooldown booked. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to level her up and give her a try. I already talked about using Luthea. Let's slot in Rowan. The great thing about Rowan is because she's Void Affinity, I don't have to worry about what clan boss is going to be on that Nightmare. I wouldn't put her in the Ultra Nightmare comp, but definitely in the Nightmare comp. We're going to give her a try and see what happens. And then boom! I hit a Seer right after that. Now I have a Seer built up 6-star. I have a backup Seer in my vault, so now I have 3 Seers. But the important thing there is, what was amazing about that, in 2 pulls, I absolutely got enough for my Lego. We're going to pull 2 more just to be sure. Just to, hey, one last chance to get that 0.5% chance on a Void for a Legendary. And I didn't get it. That's fine. But I'm going to tell you what, I am absolutely stoked about getting Rowan. I am absolutely building her first. The more and more I think about it, she's going to be fun. She's possible in Arena. If I build her a speed comp, she has damage based on speed on her A1. I'm going to give her a chance. I booked her right up. I think she was 1 book shy because I needed that cooldown on her A3. I'm going to try her on my Nightmare Clan boss as a substitute for kind of the usual suspects. So that's my first thing I'm going to try. Put that as part of my Clan boss series that I'm developing. And boom, that puts me into 2nd place for some Relentless gear. A little spoiler, I'm not opening any more shards. I'm already in 3rd place. It's not looking good for me holding on to that, depending on who in this group decides they're going to pull the absolute crap out of it. I'm not worried about the ones who already have numbers. I'm worried about the ones that don't. One of them has already jumped up and beat me for 2nd place. So I'm 3rd right now, but hey, whatever. I have someone to build now. That's what we're doing. We're going to do a Rowan. I think I was more excited the first time than the 2nd time because obviously, like an idiot, it just drives me nuts that I did that. But, I know that this is working this time. So there she is. There's Rowan. I don't know if I look at her kit yet. I was talking about Bannerlord. So here now I've got Sethalia, I have Lugan, I have Lord Champfort, and now I have Rowan and Oathbound. That's going to be, I think, a solid 5-man team. I've got some damage, I've got sustain, I've got all-purpose defense. I've got heals. I also have steadfast marshal, but he's going to be probably used in a different manner. So I don't know if that's really. He may not make my faction wars team at least right away, just because I have some other fun stuff I'm going to try. But I have him instead of Oathbound, depending on which one works. So that's going to be exciting to be able to maybe progress. I think I'm at 19. I'm stuck at 18 or stuck at 19, so maybe these will be the ones to jump over that last one, so I'm happy about that. Well, let's close it out. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like in the leave a comment down below that is hopefully not idiot turn on your mic. I appreciate the comment though, so that I can redo this. And hopefully you guys have some great opportunities to pull on yours. It is still available for 2 days. The last thing I want to say is that I am converting to free-to-play. I think at this point I want to play with the champions I have, and I don't think I need to pull more champions and buy these big shard packs that are frankly more expensive than they need to be, and more expensive than I really want to spend right now. This year I got some other things I want to do to my house outside, real life stuff I want to do, and I just think that that's where my money should go. I'm not saying I'm going to cut off absolutely every opportunity, but I'm going to be looking at possible energy packs here and there, but mostly everything I'm going to be doing is free to play now. So I do look forward to building what I'm going to build, and seeing what maybe those new factions, maybe that'll talk me back into the play to win category. But for now, that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, and feel free to subscribe, and leave a comment down below. What did you think? What did you pull? What's been working for you? Maybe you pulled a great arena champion that's going to be a game changer. Did you get an account changer? Let me know. And most of all, hey, keep your stick on the ice, and have a wonderful super day. And once again, just remember to live life to the fullest. Think of every day as the day that you're going to make a change in your life, and have fun. And hey, don't take yourselves too seriously. We only have one life to live. If anything from this past weekend and the passing of Kobe and his daughter and the other people on the planet have made me remember, is that, hey, we only live once. Let's have fun. Let's live it to the fullest. Let's be smart and be happy. Love one another, and most importantly, keep your stick on the ice and have a good day. Peace. I am out.